Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima, and I'm Nabin Pradhan with the evening news. The headlines: Prime Minister Modi says the judiciary has strengthened the constitution by positive and creative interpretation. Nagaland successfully immunizes over 1,53,000 children with oral polio vaccine. 9-day 7th Assembly of the Nagaland Assembly to commence from February 12, and Nagaland COVID-19 tally surges to 12,148. The details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that the Indian judiciary has always interpreted the constitution positively and creatively to strengthen it further and fulfilled its responsibilities very well by putting national interest on the top. Addressing the Diamond Jubilee function of the Gujarat High Court through video conference, Modi said the judiciary always performed its duty, be it safeguarding the rights of the people of the country or when any situation arose where national interest needed to be prioritized. He said that rule of law has been the basis of Indian culture and values for centuries, and it is the root of good governance. Modi said that this had given the moral strength to our freedom fighters during India's freedom struggle. He said the constitution makers also gave rule of law priority, and the preamble of Indian constitution also expressed the essence of resolution of the rule of law. PM Modi said this notion of law, which has been a significant part of Indian values, is every citizen's right, and it is the responsibility of the judiciary and the government to establish a world-class judicial system. He said that the faith in judiciary has given the strength to the common people to fight for the truth. Nagaland successfully completed the intensified pulse polio immunization, which started on 31st of last month. State Immunization Officer Dr. Ritu Thur said that 100% coverage of estimated children between 0 to 5 years of age was recorded in all the districts. The booth day on 31st January was followed by intensified house-to-house immunization of left-out children. She said, adding that altogether 1,53,741 children were immunized in the state with the oral polio vaccine. The 9-day-long 7th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly NLA will commence on the 12th of this month in Kohima. As per the provisional program of business, the session will commence with Governor R.N. Ravi's address, followed by obituary reference and motion of thanks to the Governor's address on the first day. The question hour will be held from February 15, while other business for the session include laying of annual administrative reports, rules, presentation of the Assembly Committee reports, introduction of government bills, discussion on matters of urgent public importance, consideration and passing of government bills, and presentation of supplementary demands for grants for the year 2020-2021. The budget for the year 2021-2022 will be presented on February 18, which would be taken up for consideration and passage on the last day of the session on 20th February. Nagaland's COVID-19 confirmed cases surged to 12,148 with the detection of 22 fresh cases in Kohima today. Also, 5 patients, 4 in Dimapur and 1 in Kohima, recovered from the infection, taking the number of recovered persons to 11,286. The state has 85 active COVID-19 patients. Altogether, 88 infected patients, including 10 with comorbidities, have died, while 149 have migrated to other states. The Union External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said that India is recovering from the COVID pandemic and economic slowdown, and 11% GDP growth is predicted in the financial year 2021-22. He said that the Union government handled the COVID pandemic successfully. He said about 40 lakh Indians living abroad have been brought back to India through Vande Bharat mission, which is unique in its kind. Dr. Jaishankar also stated that the union budget has given top priority to health care and the well-being of the citizens. You're listening to the news from All India Radio, Kohima. The union government has proposed an increase of about 30% in the budget allocation to the highways sector for the next financial year. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced several measures to augment road infrastructure in the Union Budget 2021-22 presented in the Parliament on Monday. An enhanced outlay of more than 1,18,000 crore rupees has been provided for the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. She said that more than 13,000 kilometre length of roads has already been awarded under the Bharatmala Pariyojana, of which 3,800 kilometres have been constructed. Deputy Commissioner Noklak Reni Wilfred inaugurated the Noklak Town Council office facilitation counter building at the DC office complex, an undertaking of municipal affairs and implemented by district administration. Speaking on the occasion, the DC said the concept of the building is to exhibit the potential to bring low-cost housing in remote areas for officers, medical staff, and teachers who suffer a lot due to lack of proper accommodation. He said that the district has the potential of improving various sectors such as agri-products, marketing, aquaculture, weaving, handicrafts, bead making and tourism. He also stressed on the need of having education city and tribal university to change the district. He suggested starting taxi services by Kemugan Menu Hoikam in order to empower women in the district. Further, the DC called upon the corporate firms to come and to be a part of developing the newly established district through various projects. The Naga People's Front NPF MLA Moatushi Longkumar today inaugurated the Alumni Center cum Students Waiting Shed at Dimapur Government College DGC, constructed by DGC Alumni Association in collaboration with Dimapur Municipal Council. Speaking on the occasion, Moatushi lauded the Alumni Association and the DMC for constructing the center. The MLA also stressed on the changes needed in Nagaland, like better roads, better infrastructure, improved economy, and peaceful coexistence. The largest city of Myanmar, Yangon, reported protests against the military government today. The protesters chanted slogans against the government and called for the victory of democracy. They also called for the release of the detained leaders, including Aung San Suu Kyi and others. The government made attempts to stop mobilization of people by shutting down the internet. Today's protest is the first time people have come out on the streets against the military government, which ousted the civilian government led by Aung San Suu Kyi on February 1st. The opposition to the military takeover in the country has been growing in the last few days after it took control of the country. As part of the Streets for People Challenge, the Kohima Smart City Development Limited (KSCDL) is rolling out an open design-led competition for 2 locations in the city. The flagship pilot site in Kohima, walkable street from NST to Razu Point, covering 330 meters, and neighborhood pilot site BOC Market from PHQ traffic booth to BOC Market area, covering 93 meters. In this case, CDL has invited interested citizens to participate in the design competition by registering on smartnet.niua.org/India Street Challenge/cities/Kohima. The registration will close on 12th of this month. The designs will be examined by a jury panel comprising of experts in architecture, landscaping and urban planning, while results will be declared by the 15th of next month. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing norms. And to end the news, a reminder of the headlines. Prime Minister Modi says the judiciary has strengthened the constitution by positive and creative interpretation. Nagaland successfully immunizes over 1,53,000 children with oral polio vaccine. 97th session of Nagaland Assembly to commence from February 12, and Nagaland COVID-19 tally surges to 12,148. And that's all the news we have for you this evening. Good night.